of some kind. Are we live yet?
Yes.
Okay, we are live. Okay.
Everyone's already seen your symbol.
Oh, okay. See my symbol. Like I think I'm really tough, but so I try to make fake symbols like to look tough, like this and stuff.
Right.
But I don't look very
It doesn't
tough.
come out that way. I think it's because you watch so much Rambo that you're like, oh.
Yeah, I do watch Rambo. That's pretty cool.
I know.
Yeah, this just looks like I've got a cramp.
Yeah.
So, how is your week going?
It's going great. How's your weekend?
That has a lot of sarcasm in that answer.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna fill you in on a little secret.
Oh no.
Why do you make that face? Like
Fighting. This is like I need like drum roll.
I know. We're potty training.
Oh.
Yeah. So like
Owen, right?
No, my husband. Yes. So like my patients this whole week have really been tested, and I find myself doing a lot of deep breathing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, okay. And like that's how I'll talk for like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been entertaining. How's your week going?
Oh, it's fantastic. My wife tested positive for COVID this time. So yeah.
You gave her the COVID.
Yeah. I gave her the vid. We're calling it the vid here.
Oh, is that what we've changed it to?
Yeah. That's well, we who have had it, we call it the vid.
Oh, so can you only call it the vid if you've had COVID?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
All of you novices, you used to have to call it the full name.
So now, are her symptoms the same as yours were?
No. Mm-mm.
Interesting.
Nope.
Are you allowed to tell us her symptoms?
Yeah. Headache.
Mm-hmm.
I had a fever, and like I said, the next day I was like, okay, let's go. She's been tired. She's had, she had a migraine for 5 days, I think, and then she started getting warm, and but her fever never reached the 102 mine did, and then she got tested, and there she is. So,
Wow.
yeah. So it wasn't. I mean, we had completely different symptoms. Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if weird's the right word, so I apologize, but
no,
it's interesting that like you two had different symptoms. Mm-hmm. Now, is she being quarantined to one room?
So kind of. So my son is not allowed near her because he hasn't. I don't. Yeah. He hasn't had it, but I have supposedly antibodies for 8 weeks or so I can't get it. I'm still wearing a mask, everybody, so don't think I'm one of those. But he has to stay away, for 14 days.
Yeah. That's probably so hard for her too.
Yeah, because we both put him to bed at night, and I hope none of his little friends. He's 11, because that's embarrassing.
Is that embarrassing? I used to make my parents tuck me into bed in middle school.
Oh, okay, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
But once you hit 17, then you stopped.
Sometimes. Sometimes it was. Do you ever remember being tucked in and your parents had to tuck you in super, super tight, and then as soon as they left the room, you were like, oh man, the remote's over there. So then you have to sit and quiz yourself, should I get out of bed? Is that what I should do right now? And then it was a race. I don't know how else did that, but that's what I did when I was younger.
So yeah, you were like a little burrito because you were all tucked in, and then you had to become a Taco Bell burrito where everything falls apart on your plate.
I love Taco Bell. Just hearing it, I'm like, yeah, let's get Taco Bell.
Now, do you like Chipotle or Taco Bell better?
Ooh, great question. Two totally different foods.
Mm-hmm.
I will only get the bowl at Chipotle. At Taco Bell, I'll only get tacos.
Oh, so you're not a burrito eater.
No, I tried to be for a little while. I had a burrito last time I went to Taco Bell, and I took a bite. And I was like, oh, and I handed it to my husband.
Mm-hmm.
For me, what about you?
What about
Tacos
me?
or burritos?
Well, Taco Bell only because it has a drive-through. I do not like waiting in a line. It bothers me.
Why? Well, I mean, given the state right now, I can understand
I
that.
didn't like lines before. So
Why? Is it because you don't know what to do?
I don't want to, usually somebody will, yeah, crazy weather we're having, isn't it? It's like, I don't want to talk to you. I just want a burrito and get out of here.
So you just don't like communicating with people.
Not even to the littlest bit.
Okay.
Not a lot. Like, I like talking to people outside and in social settings, but I don't think a line is a social setting. I think that's a line.
No, you're right. You're not wrong.
See?
You're not wrong. Now, are you more of when you go to Taco Bell, are you more of a taco or burrito man?
I get the number one, so it's a taco and a burrito.
Oh, so you don't discriminate.
No,
Good for you.
I'm open to all.
Good for you.
Yes.
I'm not. I'm strictly tacos. Soft tacos.
Oh, really? You don't even get the shell?
I don't like the shell because you know what? You bite into it and then like a spike of the shell goes up your gums.
Oh, so you've had experience with this?
I've had terrible experiences.
Did it get stuck there and then you had to?
Yeah, it's like your front two teeth. It's like it always gets stuck in the back center.
Oh,
it's not fun. It's not a good time.
That sounds terrible.
It's not fun.
That was funny because I don't know if it did for everybody else, but right then when you were talking, you went right here, and then you stopped.
You know what? I totally forgot to plug in the internet into my computer. So I feel like I might glitch. It's fine. When our guest comes on, I'll just pause for a second to go do that.
So how is this potty training? I mean, I haven't done that for with a child for years, so I forget.
It's hell.
Yeah,
it's not hell. I shouldn't say that. It surprisingly is going better than I imagined. I have a book that I read every night that tells me more about it. It's called Oh Crap Potty Training. Great guide. No, I mean, he's doing really well with it. It's really more about how parents need to be patient and not put too much pressure. And just make it oh yeah, it's cool, it's fine, it's cool. And I am not that way. I'm very type A. I need a schedule. I have OCD. I admit it. I
witness
Tony,
one.
have you potty trained with an adult? Eric McKee wants to know.
Well, here's the deal with that. My belief is that we're all going back to diapers anyway, so why quit in the first place? That's my thing.
I mean, you may not be wrong, but I just don't want that to become a thing one day.
Well, it's you have 80 years, because you're going to start off in them, you're going to end in them.
Right.
You got 80 years, but is that really? See, thank you, Eric.
Eric says fair.
So that's my thought on that.
So wait, that doesn't make sense though. So then, what do you do in those 80 years?
You just, you've got other ways, I guess. I'm just kidding.
Remind me never to invite you to our house. Oh my gosh. No, it's been fun. The key to potty training
What's that?
M&Ms.
What?
There's like a whole chapter on how you shouldn't bribe them, but you should reward them. I bribe the heck out of my son. Hey, you want your iPad? I'll get it for you. Just go potty. And I give him an M&M. Michelle says to let Tony do whatever he wants.
That's what we're talking about. There goes that sign again that I had right
there. I feel like that's not authentic, Michelle.
Especially
with the staff meetings with you.
My kid, I remember we would always pour Cheerios, a couple Cheerios. So we did a game. So they, I had boys.
I have a boy too.
So yeah, Owen.
Yes.
So that was always like we made it a game. Like, can you hit it?
See, I just don't trust my son. And he'd be like, "Oh, Cheerios," and like he'd try and eat them. You know?
Well, or you could have a soggy box of cereal.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have that.
No.
The less mess to clean up, the better.
So, like, I know it takes a month or two or something.
Yeah, it says that like he won't be able to tell us for like I think 3 months, and then it says that like you're really not supposed to put him in like training pants for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough. We're only a weekend, and it's rough.
I didn't like training pants.
Jason says bribes work for about 2 weeks. Then they're like, yeah, I'm going to need something better than that. Well, we're halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm going to ride this train as long as I can. Michelle says, we're not potty training Jackson yet. I don't know if he's ready.
It's
like, I think my nephew was, I have one nephew who's 3 and he's not fully potty trained.
Mm-hmm.
My other nephew, I think, is like 2.5. Mm-hmm. So like kids do it at random ages.
Yeah.
And listen, come back to me in like a week. We may give up. You never know. Because I've known so many people who are like, yeah, I tried it, didn't work, we quit. We'll try again another time.
Well, or you can just take my advice of why stop the inevitable. Just keep going.
Right.
But do you get a discount actually at your daycare because some, like I know some daycares, if the child is potty trained, you get a discount.
I don't think so. I mean, he hasn't been in daycare since March.
Oh, that's true.
So I don't know. I would have to ask them. I don't think so, though. I think because of his room. No.
Okay, I don't know.
I think you only get a discount if like you have another kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, do we have something to announce?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's like the second time you've done that to me this month.
I'm with Mom and Pop Tally. And I'm really excited about this. So
Nope, we're good. Did I mention we're potty training? So like
yeah, that's
definitely
the last me. Speaking of potty training.
Someone who's great at potty training.
Yes, is our guest today.
Yes.
And we are so excited to have her on. She is our newest addition at the Ohio Suicide Prevention Foundation. It is Nithya Ramadurai.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. Right? Yeah, you did.
Oh, hot dog.
Proud of you.
Yeah, when you guys said be ready for anything, I didn't think potty training was going to be the segue.
I try warning people before they come on, but I tried to give you extra warning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was definitely well warned.
It was a nice segue. By the way, that's hard. I mean, you're quarantining. You're potty training during a quarantine. That's tough.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Nithya. I was like,
I was going to say, no, I'll cross that bridge.
No, quarantine is the best time to potty train because you can't go anywhere.
Oh, that's
You're
true.
literally supposed to cancel all plans to potty train.
Oh, wow. So this is perfect time.
Yeah, so a lot of people have been potty training in quarantine. I don't know. But I think like everyone else I talk to doesn't also work at home.
Okay. I wonder if like he's
It's not
close.
easy.
If Owen is close and there's a vaccine on the horizon, I wonder if you'll be praying for the vaccine to kind of be halted for a few weeks so you can finish the job with potty training.
Oh. Maybe not.
Okay.
I don't know.
How are you? Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I was interested. I'm good. I'm good. I'm yes, about to move tomorrow, so my background is the lovely sight of a bunch of moving boxes.
Excellent. And you started with us on Monday.
Yes, first week.
So
How was your first staff meeting?
It was good. It was a lot. It was fun, I would say. It was fun, like getting an initial intro into everyone. Tony just decided to pick on me first things first, so I feel like that's how it's gonna be. But
Jumped right in there with you.
It was really great. It was so fun talking to everyone. It wasn't what I was expecting doing it over Zoom, but hopefully I'm excited to see everyone in person.
How is that? I mean, you started a job during COVID.
I know.
How is that?
It's weird. I don't think it's like, I mean, I definitely would have never expected it. I think it's funny because my dad actually works from home. So this is what his like life is like all the time. And I was like, yeah, I really don't think that could be me.
Right.
But yeah, it's weird. I mean, I think everyone's really helpful. And I feel like everyone else kind of has gotten the hang of it. Like you guys are like Zoom meeting pros. So I'm kind of I'm learning how to send an invite link, but it's getting there.
Did you ask your dad for any tips or advice on working from home?
Like, not really, because you know when sometimes you like ask a parent for a tip and then it turns into a lecture?
Yes.
For sometimes I feel like it's worth it. I mean, with working from home, I feel like I'm gonna have to figure out regardless. But I didn't want it to be a whole thing about, oh, you need to get organized, you need to do like, oh, these things, like make sure whatever. And I was just like, yeah, I'll figure it out. It's just
right. It's a learning curve.
Yes.
It's cool. Eric says hello and welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Michelle says hello.
Oh, Michelle, hello.
Jeff and Donna are home quarantining. So
and they're already potty trained.
They're already potty trained. So
which is awesome.
What will you be doing for us, Nithya?
Good question. So I'm going to be the Vista for the next year at the AmeriCorps Vista. And honestly, I think I forgot my official role, but basically what I'm doing is kind of research in the area of opioids and suicide. So I think we'll still decide exactly what direction we're going in, but something either in, like death review boards and psychological autopsies. And so looking at making sure things are being ruled correctly, especially because there can be like so much gray area between overdose and suicide. And then the other half of it might be something along the lines of, looking at who's going to the ED for either an attempted suicide or an overdose and making sure they're getting the care that they're kind of needing and understanding the process that they go through after. So I'm excited to see where it takes me. We're definitely still in the super early stages of it, but yeah.
And what did you study in college? Did you go to the Ohio University?
I went to Ohio State.
Ohio State. Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. I studied neuroscience and public health.
Okay.
Yes.
You're from Michigan.
I am from Michigan.
But you came to Ohio State.
I don't think that you're supposed to tell people that. So then what team do you root for?
I just waited a couple weeks, but
I didn't even know that. I don't care either way. I accept you.
Well, Tony looks like he has something different to say about it, but
so there might be a few people who have something different to say about it.
Well,
who do you root for in the game?
Definitely root for Ohio State. That would be horrible.
Okay.
No, I for sure converted really fast. Okay. I didn't really care, like even when I lived in Michigan, so it was like easy. It wasn't like, oh, I'm leaving my identity behind. No, I really But yeah, it was a weird pick. I was the only one from my high school, I think, that came here. Actually, there might have been another kid, but I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Jeff says you are working in a great area that we need to better understand. Pragati, which is Tony's wife, says, don't let Tony bully you. He's like a weed. He gets worse if you get rattled.
Oh, that's the best advice I've gotten all week.
So there you go. And who better to get advice from
Exactly.
than the lady who has to spend all her time with him?
Oh no, this is like the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is the University of Michigan potty trained yet? Wow. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going with the whole potty training thing.
It's really the theme of this.
Right? Do you have any potty training stories you want to share with us, Nithya?
Honestly, I kind of could. When my little brother was getting potty trained, this is horrible. This is gross. This is way grosser than either of you guys took it. But he obviously he was really bad at it, and I just remember one time where he was sitting underneath their dining table, just fresh shit, and he was just his hands were in it and everything. So, I mean, yeah, you're doing better than my parents, it seems like. With
my gosh. Well, I'm gonna. You know what? Not that I want comparing, but I'm gonna think about that next time I get angry.
No, you should.
Might be tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Mother Ramadurai.
Yes.
Actually, he's the little one.
Last names is just Ram. They changed their last names because the Ramadurai was too long for them.
Really?
Yeah, and they left my brother and I Ramadurai.
Oh, so they were like, haha, suffer.
Yeah, they were like, you keep it.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
So,
why
did you apply to work? Why did you apply to work with us?
Oh,
that's a good
question. So, yeah, I definitely wanted to do something right after college that was in the service category. So initially I was, now that I got the job, I guess I can tell you that I was going to do Peace Corps in Namibia for 2 years.
Nice.
Obviously Corona happened and a lot of stuff happened and it didn't end up working out, but I wanted to stay kind of in the same area of service and something like that for a year. And I also wanted to stay in Ohio. So I was looking at things that kind of overlapped neuro and public health and that kind of thing. And I knew that opioids were something I'm super interested in. I did a lot of work with HIV and HIV research and stuff in undergrad, but a lot of that overlaps with injection drug users and things like that. So that's how I started being more interested in the whole opioid thing. And so when I came across this position, it was a combination of a bunch of different things. It definitely had the science part to it. Everyone seemed really great. It was in the service thing and all of that. It's just, I'm lucky I found it. I came across it so randomly because the AmeriCorps website is pretty not user friendly. So I think I saw it on LinkedIn or something, and I have very limited experience with LinkedIn. And so I'm lucky I found it in the first place. But yeah, that's how it started.
Wow. So,
your wife brings up a really good point. She says that we've already hired her, didn't we? Yes.
Yeah.
So why are we grilling her again?
Everybody to know.
She's not wrong. And also, in my defense, Monday was my first time meeting you.
Yes.
And I don't know if I spoke much. I asked you your favorite show, and you answered it wrong. But other than that, I don't think we've really gotten to know you.
Well, no, this is new for everyone.
Yeah.
You guys met?
On our staff meeting.
Oh, okay.
Which you ditched out early. So then afterwards, some inside scoop.
I'm kind of a big deal. Just let you guys know. I got to.
It's a great first impression.
He does whatever he wants. Everyone else has to clean it up.
I'll take her already. She fits right in.
So you got into HIV, and it sounds like some injection drug issues. And I mean, what drew you to that? Why did you want to get into that field?
Oh, yes. This is a good story. Well, I started off college being pre-med, and I like stuck with it for 3 years. I like took the MCAT and everything. I was pretty convinced, but my minor was always public health, and I always kind of like liked it better anyway. And so then I was doing like just like basic science research the summer after my junior year, and I was like finally like I hate it. This is the last straw. I don't like it. I don't like looking at cells. I don't care. There's just nothing about it that I really enjoyed. So then I did this whole let me actually think about it. And I realized like I liked my public health classes so much more. So that's when I just like completely switched. And I still like research. Like I've always liked, the idea of research and finding things and that kind of thing. So I wanted to keep doing it. And I like thought that HIV was one of the most interesting units that I did. And a lot is happening in HIV research right now just because it's so close to hopefully eventually being all the way gone. So it was like a cool time to get involved in it. So that's how that started. It was like I don't know what I'm going to do, so I'm going to try this. And then I liked it, so I stuck with it.
Trial and error.
Yes.
I feel like that's what you do in college.
Yeah. I think I could have done it a little bit sooner.
Right.
But I still did it.
Pragati wants to know what your favorite food is.
Oh, this is so hard.
These are the real burden questions.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so I think ever since I went to college, I gained like this new appreciation for Indian food. So like maybe that, plus being home and having my mom cook for me all the time was really nice. But I would say like my all-time favorite would probably be Thai.
Ooh.
Like noodles from like a Thai restaurant. Like I think that's my all-time.
Nice. Now, speaking of food, we have to bring it back to the original question of this broadcast. Taco Bell or Chipotle?
I'm going to say Taco Bell.
Okay. And now tacos or burritos?
Burrito.
Oh.
Yes. And Tony,
it's a burrito when you go to Taco Bell?
Yeah. I do, or sometimes I get the crunch wrap or like Mexican pizza or something, but I never get tacos, literally ever.
What?
Yes.
Why?
And Tony, I was going to say, if you want Chipotle, you can like order online and then just pick it up. You don't even have to talk to anyone. You just get it off a shelf.
Thank goodness. That I will have to remember that. Thank you.
But you do have to get out of your car. God forbid somebody talks to you on the way to the door.
I just don't like that. I don't like that. What's the weather like? Type of thing. Like, we're gonna talk. Let's get into a conversation. But if you just turn around and ask me what I think the weather is, I don't know. It's
just go outside and see for yourself.
Yeah. Very bothersome.
Like conversation. Now you know that like when we do eventually go back to the office, don't do small talk with me. Only come to Tony when you have a real conversation.
Yeah. If you ask about the weather, I'm going to point at the window and you can see it and then get out of my office. How's that?
He does have the most windows in our office. In fact, I think you're the only one who has windows in our office.
So does suicide make you nervous? Like as far as the subject, studying it and
I think, well, yes, but not like so nervous that I don't know. It's kind of weird because I think I've definitely had like enough exposure to it to be like, not comfortable talking about it, but it's still like, I don't know, every single time I like hear about one, I like, not squirm is definitely not the right word, but you like think about it and it's like, oh, that really sucks. Like that's really horrible. So, and I don't think it's like, I'm sure you guys obviously have to encounter it way more than I ever have. So I don't know. Yeah, I think to answer the question, it makes me nervous but I don't know if nervous is the right word. It's just like definitely something that's going to be an adjustment to get used to like hearing about it and researching about it all the time, but it's not like I'm like scared. It's more just, it's going to be kind of an adjustment.
Right.
But yes.
Is it kind of, I mean, the way I think of it too is, at the end of the day, your research and what you'll be doing as far as like the opiate suicide angle and trying to differentiate between intentional versus unintentional overdoses. I mean, we could create policies that actually save people's lives.
Yeah. Definitely. And I think that's like a good way to think about it. And also, like, especially with research, I think it's important to not ever think of people as just like, oh, like another stat or another number. So I don't want to ever get like too desensitized or like used to seeing like that high of a number and be like, that's just what it is. So, but just, yeah, maybe not being so affected every single time. I'm sure that will be like an adjustment, but I definitely don't want it to be like, oh, I'll see it and I'm not like going to feel anything or think anything about it. Like that either.
Well, because this is such like a heavy subject that we all deal with, what is like one way that you kind of relax and separate from the subject?
I would say I'm a talker, so I like to like talk about things until I like stop thinking about them. So that's probably one. I mean, probably with you guys, maybe not. Well, I guess that's not small talk, so I could talk to Tony.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I think talking about it or just like doing something like, I don't know, whatever it is that day, but doing something with other people. So I don't like think about it constantly. Like, yeah, I'll think about it at work, but making sure like I'm not like 24/7. It's the same thing. But yeah, I think I just like I'm a people person. So whenever I get to like talk to someone or do something with other people, it like de-stresses me a little bit.
Nice.
I do have to say to Devin Gonzalez, thank you so much. He said that he's looking to do a bike ride across Ohio to help support you guys. I would love to have a conversation to see how we could support you and support your efforts. So, please, Devin, reach out or I will take your name and, I'd love to have a conversation with you. So again, thank you. That's really humbling. And I think that's what is really, really great about what we do, and I'm so excited you're on board, and I'm hopeful that you'll get this feeling too. How many folks really do that we work with, and the great people we do meet across the state, the opportunities that we have to work with departments of health and mental health and all of these different the governor's office, and also folks who are doing things individually. It really is quite humbling. So
Sure.
It's exciting.
Okay. I have a few icebreaker questions.
Okay, nice.
Are you ready for them?
I am.
Okay. Trying to think of a good one. What is the best trip you've ever taken and why?
Ooh. I'm gonna think for a second. Okay, I have two.
Okay.
I can think of. When I was like 15, I went to Haiti with this org and I got to stay with the host family for 2 weeks. And that was really cool because it was like this tiny village in Haiti and it's not something that I ever thought I would do. And that was like a completely different experience than like any vacation I've been on. It was fun. I like learned a little bit of Creole for that year and I totally don't remember a single word anymore. But it was super fun and there were like other people my age there from like across America and things like that. And we all like had our own host family and it was so fun. So that's one. And then another, my friend from high school and I, after freshman year of college, went backpacking in Europe. And that was so fun. Yeah, we like saved for it for like a year and a half. And then we finally did it. And it was so much fun. We had so many like stupid things that happened. Like we got our luck. Like so it was backpacking, but we cheated a little bit because she had family that lived in London. So we like took a suitcase with us just to like leave in London. But and when we were in the airport, we were like, oh, these backpacks are really heavy. So we put some stuff into the suitcases, but then they lost the suitcases. And so this could be like a Birkenstocks advertisement. I backpacked for 2 weeks with just my Birks because I left my like actual tennis shoes in my suitcase, but they served me really well. But the whole trip was like super fun and it was fun. That was like the first time I think we'd done anything on our own to that extent, like figured all of those things out ourselves, which was like really fun.
That's awesome. You're like way more world travel than I am. I feel like I should be doing more now.
No.
Tony, I need a vacation.
Take one. And
I know, I was supposed to take one next week.
That's fun, but we just kind of stay with our parents, with my wife's parents. So
my favorite trip was Jamaica.
Ooh.
Yes, we took a cruise, and like the last stop was Jamaica. So I went on a Bob Marley tour,
That's so fun.
and I got to visit all the places, like his childhood home, where he grew up, and his mausoleum. It was pretty epic.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Okay, Pragati is joining in on our rapid
my
fire round. She wants to know, what's your favorite movie?
Okay. This actually ties in with you, but because it's my like favorite childhood movie, that's what I always think of. Have you ever seen Cool Runnings? It's that movie that this is like a bobsled team. I watched that movie like 60 times when I was a kid, so I still really like it because it's like
It's
like,
on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched it. Oh, it's so cute and it's so funny.
It is really funny. It's a classic movie.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your favorite band or musical group?
This one's
I will not know who, whatever you say, I will not know who this is.
That's not true.
Yeah, how do you know?
I know Taylor Swift, and that's all I know from this generation. Look, now she's frozen.
Yeah. Wait, what did you say?
Taylor Swift just came out with a surprise album
Oh, I saw that on Twitter.
called Folklore. It's great.
Is it?
Yes,
Oh,
you should
yeah,
definitely
right.
listen to it.
Okay. My favorite. I was like gonna check my spot. I don't know. That's really hard. I would say.
Do you listen to country or rap? Or
No, I don't listen to country. I listen to a lot of like.
Offended that you asked that.
Wait, what'd you say?
You looked like you were offended that he asked you like country.
Oh.
I don't really like it, but I like people who do like it. So it's it's just. What'd you say?
I don't like country either.
Oh, good. I don't know. I don't know who my favorite music artist is. It genuinely, gun to my head, couldn't probably pick one. But my favorite genre is like R&B.
Okay. So then, who was like the last person you listened to?
Nelly.
What did
Do you want me to say that? Do you want me to say that just so you can?
I don't.
In the
That's
loop.
the only person I know in R&B, Nelly.
Oh, I don't think Nelly's put out a new song since like 2005.
Yeah, I think I was like in 5th grade or something.
Oh. Okay, I gotta go, guys.
There you go.
Classic. The last person I listened to. Do you know who Daniel Caesar is?
No.
But
I just figured it out for lunch.
But I'll
we'll
Google
be
it.
able to go to concerts again. It's gonna be a while.
What was the last concert you went to? That's one of my icebreaker questions.
Honestly, it's been so long. Oh, I went to the Lumineers. That was the last concert I went to.
Interesting. Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it a lot.
Nice.
I love going to concerts.
Are they R&B artists?
No, they're not. I don't even know what.
Would you consider them like punk? No, not punk. Pop-ish?
It's like maybe.
I think they're like pop-ish.
I think they were back in the 80s, but that's it.
See, we're getting some great questions right now. Jennifer Stover says, did you say cruise? I did, Jennifer, and when you're ready to reschedule that cruise and invite me, let me know. I haven't forgotten. Michelle wants to know, what song do you have on repeat right now?
I need to check, so I'm gonna check.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't have anything on repeat right now. Let's see what my favorite song is right now. Oh, actually, Sleep on the Floor by the Lumineers. I have been listening to that a lot lately. It's a good driving song. Yes, I have. I wasn't really for the longest time, and then I think like senior year of college I was. But it's because they're like good to listen to when you're driving for a really long time, and I like have been driving back and forth from Ohio and Michigan a lot, so that's an album.
I find it ironic that you're moving tomorrow, so you probably are sleeping on the floor because you're.
Yep.
Okay. Shohan, if I said your name wrong, please let me know. Wants to know, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
Let's see. This is a hard question.
Tony, you go first.
Yeah.
Give her some time to think. You give us some.
The best piece of advice that I've ever been given, and it has given me the ability to grant others grace. No one wants to fail. No one wants to fail, so they're doing their best. Give them a little bit of grace.
Okay, I'm going to piggyback off of that, and then mine is going to be, don't be afraid to fail.
Oh, I like that one too. Yes.
That's good.
These are great, guys.
How about you? Wait, no, Keiko, what's yours? You can't escape.
I couldn't think of one.
Well,
should I piggyback off of both of you?
Yes.
Someone once told me to give yourself grace.
Oh.
That has helped me a lot during quarantine.
That's great.
Yeah. I don't like to give that person too much credit, but we'll move on. Let's see. Pragni says that she likes you because she likes R&B as well.
Good. That's good to know. That was the right answer.
Michelle said Hanson. Do you know who Hanson is? No, I didn't think so. Okay.
What?
Tony, you barely know who Hanson is.
Yeah, I was like 30, but
right. But like, I didn't think she would, and I'm just warning you that Michelle is a huge Hanson fan.
Yeah.
So if you want to get on her good side, Hanson and Harry Potter. Those are your two keys.
I can get on the Harry Potter side of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is.
Who's your favorite character in Harry Potter?
Oh, Sirius Black.
Wow.
For sure. I definitely knew the answer to that.
Sirius Black. Who is that?
He was like Harry's godfather. Oh. The Order of the Phoenix. That one.
Okay. Yeah.
It's okay. I also liked Harry.
Harry's great.
Definitely know who that one is.
Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Michelle says, do you listen to podcasts?
I listen to like the daily sometime, like in the morning, but I don't really listen like to a lot. I do want to get into podcasts though, so if you have like recommendations.
Okay.
Would love to.
Are you more of like a hard, like, what type of things do you like to learn from your podcasts? What do you like to learn since you aren't super into them yet?
I don't know. I feel like anything. I feel like it's interesting to listen to people talk. I right now use them for like current events and things like that. Sometimes when I'm really bored on the drives, like one of my roommates really likes listening to the unsolved murders and like the true crime ones. I think those are interesting, but I don't know, really anything.
Okay.
It's interesting. What?
Michelle listens to those true crime things. Don't you too, Keiko?
Yes.
Wow.
The two of us have obsessions with learning more about murderers.
It's kind of interesting.
Specific. Yeah.
Have you watched Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix yet?
Oh, yes. I meant to tell you I watched that, and it solidified my thoughts in never listening to your piece of advice.
Oh, my God. It's fantastic. It's like 4th in the country.
No.
On Reddit.
I watched the first one about the guy with the building, and I got bored.
Anything on Reddit is cool. I've actually never been on Reddit. What is Reddit, actually? I just saw that it was on Reddit.
No, don't.
Okay.
Reddit is just like a space where people give opinions and theories and stuff. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What's another good question? Oh, this is good because also I believe Mac, our intern, had asked us this once in the car. When was the first time you felt like an adult?
What if you haven't yet? No, I don't know.
That's an answer. That was actually my answer. It's like, I don't know. I don't think I am.
I mean, I really don't think that I do at all.
Okay.
Like, let's see.
You're living on your own?
No, I have 3 roommates.
Oh.
I'm not living on my own.
How is it living with 3 roommates?
I liked it. I thought it was fun. There's always someone there to like hang out with.
Did you guys have to like divide up the cabinets?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
And
like
the
each
fridge.
person gets a shelf.
Yeah, and the fridge space too.
What happens when somebody takes your food?
It's like an honor code. We just hope for the best. Yeah, I know.
Keiko rolls the boom.
You just hope that they replace it eventually. I mean, it never really happened.
What is the most frustrating thing that either one of your roommates have ever done?
Oh.
You don't have to give names so that you don't throw them under the bus. But they should know.
There's a lot of annoying things. I mean, one of my roommates, when two of us were still living here, thought it would be a good idea to take the dining table, just move it out. And it's this pretty small apartment. And like, that was pretty annoying because we made her bring it back.
Where did they put the dining room?
She wanted to take it back to her house. And also she lives, well, I guess she's not listening. She lives in Dublin. She lives 25 minutes away from campus. There was no like urgent need to take the dining table, whatever.
So what did you guys do? Did you eat on the floor?
No, wait. I mean, we just brought it back.
Oh, that's silly.
Yeah, it was.
She
stupid.
deserves to get called out.
Yes.
Yeah. What's her
Tony,
name?
did you ever have roommates?
What?
Tony, did you ever have roommates?
Yes. And one of the most annoying thing that happened to me was I went home from college one weekend, and the person, without telling any of us, one person moved out, had sold the lease to another person, and this new person was sitting on our couch when we got in, and we had not, yeah, and we were four guys, and this was a female he sold it to. So it was like, what in the heck?
I am so appalled for you. I would be fuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's way worse than mine, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah, we did have a dining table. So
At least you had that. Wow. Oh, that's horrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
Michelle says Tony wins.
Okay.
I would say so. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, what was the first concert you ever went to?
Oh, mine was the Jonas Brothers.
Yes. Were you so happy when they got back together?
Okay, yeah, but I didn't think it was as good as it was when I was in 5th grade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Year
but no.
3000. I feel that.
I know. I once in 5th grade we had to write this thing that it was before, like, you know what open house is? I don't know if that, but it's basically when your parents can like come to the classroom and like see your work and stuff after school. So we had to write this like thing, and it was who is most inspiring to you or something like that. So everybody wrote about their mom or like this like an athlete or whatever. And I wrote about Nick Jonas, and I got in so much trouble when my mom came home because she was like, but I was honest.
Wait, what? We have to discuss this now. What was so inspiring about Nick Jonas?
I don't remember the letter. It was just like, who knows? Like, literally, who knows what it could have been? It could have, oh, his music is so good, it makes me happy in the morning. Probably something stupid like that. Like,
oh my gosh. That's great, though. You know what's going to be really great is, like, when you have kids and your mom's like, here, look at this essay you wrote about Nick Jonas.
Yes. At least
you have to explain that to them.
Have your parents ever purposely embarrassed you? Like,
oh my God, yeah. Yes, my dad is like, he does it to my little excuse me.
Bless you.
But no, my dad like purposely embarrasses all the time. And I'm trying to remember. Like, okay, same year, 5th grade, we were doing like a music recital or whatever, our whole class, and he waited for all of the everybody who was taking pictures did it before we started singing. My dad was the only one that did it right in the middle. Like, he walked all the way up to the stage, and I would stop singing to be like, whose dad is that? And I'd just be like, mine.
Now, is it just you and your little brother?
Yeah, it's just
okay.
Yeah, he's 5 years younger. Oh, like recently, whenever he dropped my brother off at school, well, when he drives now, but before he'll like roll the windows down to say bye, like when he get like and yell it, just like things like that. He's just terribly embarrassing.
That's
is your brother going to college?
He's going to be a senior in high school. So he's like about to start applying to colleges.
Does he know what he wants to study?
I think he definitely wants to do something in like the business side. Definitely not the health side like I did, but.
Will he come to Ohio State?
I don't think so.
And be a roommate?
I doubt it. But well, I don't know. I hope he applies. We'll see. He's kind of unpredictable. I have literally no idea where he's going to go.
Wow.
Jason says, my OCD could not handle roommates. Living in the barracks in the 90s with other service members was enough for me.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough.
I feel like that's way too many roommates.
Because 3 is more than enough.
Yeah. I had 2 at one time. Oh, no, I had 3 in college. That was a lot.
God.
Too much. Okay. What's your favorite family tradition, past or present?
What do we do? I genuinely can't remember that many traditions that we do, but let's see. Oh, I think in the summer, like once a month or whatever, we'll always, my family and my like cousins and stuff, we do this like, it's like this picnic barbecue thing that we've done pretty much every single year, but that's fun, especially because now my cousins like live in different spots, but we still try to do it every year.
Oh, were you able to do that this year?
Yeah, we did. I mean, there's only 10 of us, so we figured it was fine.
Oh,
Plus,
nice.
my mom and my aunt work together, so whatever exposure that was going to be there was already there.
Right. Oh, that's awesome.
When things return to normal, like, what do you really want to get back in the routine of?
Back in the routine of? I mean, I think it would be nice, like coming into the office, just like leaving the house to actually do something. Other than that, I don't know. I'm excited to just like hang out with people, be able to like go outside and not worry about being 6 feet away from other people and things like I think just normal things. There's not like, I mean, I'm excited for concerts to eventually like start happening again. But other than that, there's not like one thing that I just can't wait for. It's more just like not having to be extra careful every time you leave the house.
Now, did anyone tell you about our rule for new staff members when we return back to the office?
No.
The rule is that the new staff member has to bring breakfast to the first staff meeting.
Okay, I can do that, but
this poor girl's it's like $1.
No,
I baked mine.
You don't want me to break. You don't want me to bake it.
You bring breakfast though.
Okay, deal.
What's the worst concert you ever went to?
Ooh.
Oh, so OSU like does free concerts, one in the fall and one in the spring. And I went to Kesha. Do you know who Kesha is?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like horrible. She was like super drunk on stage and would like spit out into the audience. I it was horrible.
She tried to hug Jerry Seinfeld. I do remember that. Yeah, and he was like, "No, thank you."
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Jerry Seinfeld doesn't seem like the type of person who likes hugs.
No, he's not
Jerry
a hugger.
Seinfeld doesn't seem like the type of person that would ever be in the same room as Kesha.
That too.
He was on the red carpet, and she saw him, and I guess likes him, like a comedian. And so she ran up to him as he's being interviewed, and she says, "Oh my God, I'm so excited to meet you. Can I hug you?" And he says, "No, thank you." And she says, "Oh, please, just one hug." And he says, "No, thank you." And he's like, "Who is this?" Like, he didn't know who she was.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, she got rebuffed 3 times
Oh,
from the Seinfeld hug.
Cheers. I just feel like let's all just respect people who don't like hugs. Is that better? Don't hug someone. If they don't want to be touched, don't touch them.
Right.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Look, Eric McKee, we need to have Taco Bell be our sponsor because Eric McKee is getting Taco Bell.
Like, somebody tag them in this.
Wait, I could do that instead. I can bring Taco Bell to the office instead of breakfast.
There you go.
Put it
Done.
on it.
you in, but it has to be a day that I'm actually there.
Okay, deal. We'll wait.
Do you miss anything about Michigan that you don't have here in Ohio?
Yeah, I think there's like a couple ice cream places that are by my house that I really miss. But I mean, there's like random restaurants and stuff, but nothing that I'm like, oh, I'm so sad that that's not here. I feel like there's just something that makes up for it here. But
Well,
my like family and friends and things like that, there's not.
What do you like here in Columbus that you can't get back in Michigan?
Oh, there's this Thai place on Bethel. It's called Ju Thai, and they have this like tofu eggplant thing that's so good, and it's the only place that I know has it. So that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Tofu eggplant.
Yes, I'm a vegetarian, so
okay.
Put things in perspective. But yes, no, it's so good. You have to try it once.
So I take it the breakfast you're bringing in will not include bacon.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's bringing
Sorry, at this point, you're gonna have to wait for the next Vista for that.
Where do you want to be in 5 years?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. I want to be working. I don't know where. I want to have my master's. But I don't know. I think I don't really have an exact idea. I definitely want to be working someplace that I like that's kind of in the realm of public health, public policy, something like that. But I think my immediate goal is to get my like master's in public health, which I'm like applying. So hopefully I'll start like next year or the year after or something like that.
Where would you like to get your master's?
I think my dream school is Columbia in New York. That like it always has been ever since high school. So I feel like, eventually.
It's a great state.
Yes. But I mean, I'd be happy with anywhere. That would be like my dream school, but I think even like Georgetown or something like that in DC. But something like that. We'll see what happens. You'll find out.
Wow.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you. Yes, you guys will be. I'll give you guys updates.
Well, Nithya, I think we got to know every piece of you that we could.
Yes.
Is there anything, one last fun fact about you that nobody here knows?
Oh.
Fun fact. This is not really fun,
Okay.
but I think it's funny. I like have a pacemaker, and I think I'm the only person of my age that I know with one. So if you know someone younger than me with a pacemaker, let me know. But I think it's kind of funny. It's like honestly not that big of a deal because it was literally just because I had this arrhythmia and they couldn't figure out why, and I like started driving. So my mom was like, "We don't really have a choice but to put it in." So that's why I have it.
Okay.
When I was like, so after I got it, when I was like in the hospital, they didn't ever use my name. Maybe because it was that long, but also because they I thought it was funny. Like I remember like right before I was about to get it, they were like, "Oh, like just hop onto the table," and I like just stood up and did it, and they were like all shocked because usually it's just like old fat people that have to get pacemakers and they have to like lift them up. But yeah, it's like kind of a funny experience. And so, like, to kind of understand the difference between my mom and my dad, my mom was like she was like almost like crying because I had to get surgery, and she was like, "Oh, good luck, whatever." And my dad and I are super similar. Like he like saw the socks that they give you before surgery, and he really liked them. And he was like, "Try to snag me a pair of socks." Yeah, those were the last words I heard from each parent before. Yes, so that's why. Not a lot of people know that, so you guys are got the exclusive.
You have the inside scoop.
Yes.
Literally on the inside of.
Yeah.
It's not. Pun intended.
Pun intended.
Wow.
Oh, there were so many puns after I got it, like from my friends and stuff. Like it was all these stuff about like, oh, like she has a broken heart, like, like just like so many.
Are there any questions you want to ask Keiko? What's the question you want to ask Keiko?
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's true. Let's see. Okay, same question. A fun fact that I wouldn't know.
Fun fact. I can do the rock eyebrow thing. Right?
Oh yeah. Oh, have you
Only
ever
with my
done that?
right eyebrow though.
That's okay. You only need one.
Yeah. I can't move it. I can just set it up there. Practice that my whole life.
After a picture.
What about you, Tony? Fun fact.
I don't know. I'm usually pretty open about everything.
Gotta give us
I've only
something.
known you for a couple of weeks, so I feel like there's definitely has to be something.
I used to be a minister.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know how much fun that is. But
It's fun enough. I mean, I don't know how fun a pacemaker is. I'm sure that's not a laughing matter.
Oh,
that's it.
well, there we go. We all have fun things about us. We're fun people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who Lumineers are now.
You should, honestly. You should look them up after. I feel
Really?
like you might be pleasantly surprised.
Okay. I know who Nellie was.
Nobody was questioning Nellie.
Yeah, we believe you.
Ever. Ever.
Well, Nithya, we are so excited to have you on board and the work that you're going to do around opiates and suicide. We are just really, really happy. And folks out there, if you have any questions, Nithya's at our office, and she will have an email, an official Ohio SPF email in the next week. Although how many letters are in your name?
Oh.
30. But that's the extended version.
30.
Oh, we've got a shortened version that we can use.
Definitely.
Okay.
30 letters. So can you spell your entire name for us right now?
Yeah, I haven't had to do it in a while.
Okay.
Okay. NITHYASHREE. That's my first name. Then my middle name is NARASIMHAN. And then my last name is RAMADURAI.
Wow. That's
Yep.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it was even more impressive in kindergarten.
I bet.
Does anybody call you Nithya Shri?
Yeah, like to make fun of me.
Oh.
No, not like my friends do. Not.
Oh.
I feel sad about it. It's like a.
Okay.
Like if your mom or dad get mad at you, they don't go, Nithya Shri, you come here and I'm gonna ground you.
My whole family actually calls me Nithu. So when they use Nithya, that's when I'm in trouble.
Oh. So is Nithu a nickname?
Yeah. I don't even remember when I got it. I think that's what they've been calling me since I was born.
My wife's name is Pragati, and everybody in India calls her Mona.
Yeah, okay, that's happened with both my mom and her sister too. My mom's name is Sumitra and my aunt's name is Sujata, but they call my mom Chumu and Sujata Bindu. I think it's just a thing.
Oh.
It has nothing to do. It's not like Theodore is Ted.
It's totally different.
This and this.
Yeah. No, I have no idea.
Interesting.
So, well, Nithya, we will let you go. I'm sure you have many exciting packing things.
Adventures.
And we thank you so much for joining us. And we're looking forward to the next year with you. And again, reach out and if you need anything around opiates and suicide, Nithya's your girl. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys.
Bye. Have a great weekend and congrats on the new place.
Thank you. Hopefully the background will be nicer next time.